Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 30 of Gracefall. Thank you for subscribing for 53 months, Jay. That's almost a year. I'm lit very oddly right now, but...
Feels like it's been almost a year since we last played, am I right?
It's been a long time. It's been a month, so let's talk about what happened last time, because I just rewatched that episode. Y'all continued to go through the underground forest. There was a gravity flip. There was a bone beach sea thing. Full of
my favorite.
Yeah, one person enjoyed that. I'll let y'all guess who that was. It's the Necromancer. Spoilers.
What? You have a Necromancer?
Canonically, we found out that Clangley celebrates Robonica, and the
I
oil for
forgot that.
the Warforged lasted 8 nights. So... which
we have not run on oil.
It really,
we're funny sometimes.
It really tickled me again when I was re-listening. It was just like, that was a great 1-2 joke from Dan and Jay.
High five,
Robot
buddy.
religious canon.
Which, yeah, now that's what Warforged do. So I absolutely love it. Discovery.
He's more like a secular Robonicist.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, it's the you know, the ritual of it. It's just nice. It's a nice celebration. That made me laugh for a long time today. And then what else happened? Oh, and then you all got news that a train derailed, and you hightailed it back to the camp, and you got into the airship with the... Oh, what the heck's the pilot's name? I literally just watched this.
Dalton,
thank you. You got into the airship with Dalton and took off. So it's the 4 of you and Rick. You left Ven behind to guard the Titan's grave. You left Cork behind to calm down. And you said...
I hope they try.
You set Bits and Wheezy on parallel paths to cause controlled chaos, basically. It's, you know, Bits is causing chaos, Wheezy's keeping it in line kind of thing.
They're a very powerful combination.
They
like,
I'm kind of scared for everyone still on the planet.
I wouldn't want to get in their way. Okay.
Told Bits to take off his weighted anklets.
He pulled out his box covered in red tape that you had previously said no to. So, okay.
He's gonna cut the red tape. Oh no.
He's gonna cut the red tape. Okay. So, you all start to fly back to the planet. Everybody gets a long rest, so your level of exhaustion goes away. You can reset all of your abilities and spells and such. It's going to take you a minute. Well, more than a minute. It's going to take you a bit to get back there, even with Dalton like pushing it, and you all have more powerful residuum to power the ship, because of Elsyer residuum is generally more potent than the Wyan Yoth variant. So at some, he's like, it's, you know, it's the joke from Spaceballs. Like he hits full speed and, you know, he's just like, we're going plaid. He's like pushed back in his chair kind of thing. He's kind of shocked by how fast y'all are going. But preparations, what would y'all like to do? I am listening and can hear you. I'm just turning on my lights.
Are there any magic items we think would be useful for this?
That's an excellent question.
Kind of infusions. Goggles of the Night, probably not going to be that helpful. I'm going to infuse a different thing. Oh, wait, no, that never... How does the Wondrous... I don't know how the Wondrous item infusion works.
Let's take a look.
I actually don't think I can make its different Wondrous item. I think I have to make a Goggles of the Night or nothing at all.
Oh, I think we talked about this last time, and you switched one out, but only because you had literally never used it.
Yeah.
So, but it says you have 3, so what are your...
My other 2 are my shield and my...
okay.
My... I think my weapon or my armor?
It might be your armor.
I think I'm just... What a surprise. I'm stacking AC modifiers.
You? That doesn't sound right. Yeah, it looks like it's your armor for sure.
Yeah. Because my AC is 20, despite still technically wearing chainmail. Chainmail. It's chain me.
Hey, where do I look up what my specific infusions I have are?
Oh boy, they keep moving it.
Is that why I can never find it?
Yeah, hold on. What? Hold on, you can keep looking on it. Let me look. I don't know if you have any, Jay. I don't know if you picked any.
I should have. Unless it unpicked them for me.
Oh, you have the armor of magic. It's in your inventory way down at the bottom. You have armor of magical strength. You can use... Oh. You can use intelligence instead of strength for checks.
It's quite useful.
Can expend a charge, but how many charges does it have? 6 charges, okay. So, and you have mind sharpener.
That's...
You can just succeed on... concentration saves. Oh no, just concentration saves. That's pretty good.
Okay, but would anyone like an enhanced arcane focus? Because I can do that too.
And y'all are casters.
What does that do for?
Is a +1 to spell attack rolls. In addition, you ignore half cover when making a spell attack.
I will take that, actually, if you would like to make me one. Claire will donate some of her moose bits as decoration.
Why'd you have to say moose bits?
With how Claire casts her spells, actually, it would probably be more a matter of, hey, let me see your arms real quick. She's just going to start inlaying more residuum into the etchings Claire already has in her arms.
If you powder up some of the moose bits, it'll make it even stronger.
That is not a sentence I expected to hear today.
I don't like that sentence.
She's not wrong, though.
Claire just pulls out like a mortar pestle and just...
starts powdering the moose bits.
It's just she's done this her whole damn life.
God.
I get she's enjoying this process, I think, a little too much.
I mean, if Issa wants to work with Claire, Claire has some ideas for some, like, necromancy remote bombs. Like, just the stones that they have that were delivered to Wyan Yoth. She wants to kind of magically jerry-rig them so that she can, like, toss them out and have them go off.
So many things about that sentence that I hated.
I mean...
Roll it back, start from the beginning. What was that one more time?
So I have some spells that I think would be helpful, like Ray of Sickness, Blight, Vampiric Touch, even Chill Touch. I think that would be easier. That's only a cantrip. Doesn't require much magical energy.
Ones.
But if we take some of the magic stones that were given to us on Wyan Yoth and we inlaid them with some residuum and just a little bit of a touch of necromantic power, I think you know where that's going to come from. I don't need to say. And then I do some magical jerry rigging, kind of like how you would hot wire stuff, just with magical ley lines and, you know, kind of like she kind of like opens her arm and like points to all the weird stuff going on in there, just kind of like that. I could basically kind of program them to wait like maybe 20, 30 seconds before they poof go off and hit anyone within a certain range.
Well, we've been working in parallel in a few weird regards, but yeah, we'll workshop it. We'll workshop it. We're
Okay.
going to a literal workshop, so we'll workshop it.
You are going to
I don't like getting close to combat. I think ranged options would help.
I am inclined to agree.
Clangley looks at his giant fists. I don't think I have any ranged options.
You all hear a sneeze come from the cargo bay.
What was that?
A sneeze.
Somebody rolled a 1 on their stealth check.
Whoopsie.
I'm gonna go check what
If
that is.
I am about to have to throw bits into space.
I've been here the whole time. No. Okay, so Clangley, you go towards the back. Rick kind of gets up and makes himself like as big as possible in his mech armor, and like just fills the space behind you, Clangley, so he just looks as imposing as possible. If you,
He is quite imposing.
You know, big O cocking, or like loading your arms. You. What would you like to do when you approach the cargo bay?
Knock.
No one's home. Damn it.
Okay, I'm coming in.
Yeah, and you can see that like huddled in the corner, he's made a little like tent for himself and a bunch of snacks. It's just dust. And he's like, "Hey."
Hands on hips, shakes head.
Oh no. It's worse that you're disappointed.
Well, I could never be angry at you, but yes, I am very disappointed.
It's just like, you know, it was so hard down there and I just wanted to go home and y'all were going home. So
Gonna maybe talk to our employer very violently.
what?
Yeah.
No. Although I did fake my death back on the planet. It's very convincing, and I think everyone's gonna buy it. Cut to, he just left a robe and it says "I'm dead" on it.
Oh my god.
It's
I
like
love him, but you're
It's
so
like perfectly folded.
Okay.
It's like, no one believes you. I don't even know what you've done, and I know no one believes you.
If you wanted to fake your death, you could have asked me.
Oh.
That would have worked.
I don't quite
probably.
think that mean. I don't think the phrase "faking your death" means quite what you think it means, Claire.
Oh. Took Clangley a second.
Maybe I should have stayed.
We can fake your death now.
Well,
No.
I'm already here, so you're not going to space me, right?
What? Come on. That's
very
ridiculous.
helpful. I know several spells.
How many
And
spells?
those spells are?
Let's see. I know 8 spells. They include Featherfall, Fog Cloud, Gust of Wind, Warding Wind, Gust, Light. I control weather.
It's like me reading my
Lots of
resume.
wind.
Yeah.
The wind one could be useful. Maybe.
Which one?
Clangley kind of shrugs.
Wasn't he the only one on planet that knew Find Residuum?
Oh, I do know Find Residuum. Oh, crap. Do you think that's bad?
Yeah.
Yes.
I have 14 hit points. Is that bad?
Very.
It means I'm not spacing you. You won't survive re-entry.
Yeah.
Bits I would have spaced because he would have found a way to survive.
Don't worry, boss. I trash engineered my way out of that situation. Good test, though.
Glad you had fun, buddy.
I hope Bits always has fun.
They're having a great time right now, I'll tell you what. Their head's on fire, but he's cool with it. He's like, this is what I've always wanted.
I feel bad for anyone on the planet that's wearing a suit.
Yeah, it's not a good time for them.
Not that bad, but kind of bad.
Bits has had Wheezy figure out all the forms they're going to need to fill out so he can scream the form name at them as he's torturing them. They're like, fuck, he's right. Okay. Dust is like, so, I'm just going to stay back here. I'm not going to help you fight our boss. Because that sounds mean.
He is a mean person.
Oh. That doesn't sound nice either.
Congratulations, you've got your first moral quandary on your first adventure.
Oh.
Typical conventional morality.
An adventure. I think my doctor said to avoid adventure at all costs.
What, really?
And why did you get on the ship?
Oh boy, it's a whole thing.
Why did you get on the ship in the first place?
Oh boy. Do you know how expensive college is?
Yes, actually.
Yeah, I'm in a lot of debt.
And
Making your death does help with that.
that's
Oh,
depends on
damn
who
it.
inherits your debt.
Oh, dang it. I don't want my mom to have to pay for this. Oh, they're defecting. Now that I'm thinking about that, it's not going to be great. Because I'm AWOL. Oh my god, I'm a fugitive. I'm a felon.
I don't think you're a felon. Well, what crime have you committed?
I think I broke a contract. That's pretty bad usually, right? I had to sign my name and everything.
I mean, you might get fined, but I don't think you'll go to jail.
Huh. Why am I even following rules then? I don't have any money. They can't get.
No,
make me
because you
pay any
can
money.
go to jail.
Oh.
You just like they won't for like an employment contract. That's not a thing that tends to. You know what though? Greene might try to do that. Oh no! You know what? He totally can because he owns the planet. Yeah, it's a good thing you're here.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Sorry.
I can almost promise you he does not own that entire planet.
Well, he thinks he does.
He thinks he
That's the
does.
problem.
He thinks he does.
But you can't own a planet. That's stupid.
That is stupid.
Especially when you're supposed to help someone set up weapons manufacturing. There's a whole lot of business deals that went into, yes, you can have these engines.
You are quite the. I don't know what to call it. Entrepreneur. That's it.
Very fortunate to fall into a problem I was pretty much designed to solve.
I'm unmuted. Great. Okay. Okay. So, Dust kind of nods. Okay. Well, I'll help you, but I'm not much help. I could keep watch.
Yep. You'll keep the ship protected from ne'er-do-wells. Or at least we'll give you like a little like emergency alert button and you can alert us.
Okay. I can keep birds from pooping on it.
Good.
We're good with that.
Okay, well.
We all good with that?
Well, thanks for being cool.
Oh, we're not cool, but you know, you're here now, so there's literally nothing we can do.
Yeah, congratulations. You've avoided our wrath by technicality.
Skating by as always. I'll take it. My mom always said I could live up to some potential.
That's a very weird compliment to give someone.
Yeah.
Do you have like issues with your mom?
Oh boy.
We don't really need to get into this.
My therapist said the same thing.
You need a new therapist.
What's up?
You really need a new therapist. It's a bad therapist, just a really bad therapist.
It's going to your therapist like, look, buddy, can we not talk about your problems?
Oh man.
All we talk about every time we hang
Your
out.
problems.
Always you. That'll be $5,000.
You guys are joking about this, but I think that's pretty much the concept of the new Harrison Ford show, Shrinking.
Oh my god.
I've heard that's very good.
It's a very good show, but it's also very much the therapist becoming the main character of his entire patient's lives. And it's like, yeah, you're really not a good therapist.
It sounds funny, but also I feel like that is a bad person.
My
yes.
therapist told me to watch that show. Is that bad?
Oh no.
I mean, it's funny if you're a therapist and they do all this therapy talk, but
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
did he say you reminded him of anyone of the characters?
he just said it was a funny show.
Oh.
Okay, good.
Um,
You're probably in the clear.
yeah. No,
Possibly.
he doesn't insert. Anyway, it's not important. My therapist
Don't
is
worry
good,
about
unlike Dust's. You've given me a lot to think about.
Is that Dust or Andy saying that?
That's Dust.
Okay.
He casts the light cantrip again, and he like pulls his book back up. Like, maybe you'll just ignore me for the rest of the trip.
Would that we could.
I'll try not to sneeze again.
Okay.
You'll try.
If you keep looking back, he's like slowly inching his way further and further into the cockpit. Like the car, like where you all sit. Okay. So you're all booking it. You reach the planet in half the time it took you to get there. The orbit's favorable, and the residuum fuel is just so much more potent that you're just cooking.
Whatever you're putting in the fuel tank is put more in there.
I can't really reload it while flying.
God, no, you'd need someone in the engineering bay. I can be right back.
Sounds good. Oh, and as a reminder, usually there are two pilots, and Dalton has rigged it so that he's the only pilot. So he's got a bunch of like extra levers that he's like constantly like it's a bunch of like really extended levers. So like when he pulls one, it'll like this like complicated like Rube Goldberg contraption will like delayed pull like three others. And yeah, he's just cooking, and Issa can go back into the engineering, and yet the core is just like, it is smooth and like really spinning, and you know there's like energy crackling off of it, but you can just tell it's like a clean burn. It's like not producing any kind of overheating or any kind of excess pollution or anything like that. Like it's still like radioactive for all intents and purposes, but it's like such a better burn than it was before.
Issabel is patting herself on the back so hard right now. Just, yes, I did this.
As you should.
You know that meme that's like, no, I made this. That's from Greene right now.
Yeah. Okay. So you all get close to the planet. And as you enter the atmosphere, it is noticeably more smog laden than when you all left, and it was already pretty smoggy.
How did it get this bad this fast? That's Clangley asking in character, not me.
Dalton says they've ramped up production on a lot of stuff. Greene is obsessed with this planet.
You don't say.
Yeah, there's I don't think the news feed picked it. There's some like new rules, company rules, and everyone, you know how everyone sort of works for the Greene Corporation in one way or another.
Wait,
Yeah, how they own like a lot of different companies, kind of thing. Not like literally everyone does, but like, you know, it's kind of like you have a friend in Greene, and it just means like you know someone who works for the Greene Corporation, kind of thing.
got a friend in Greene.
No.
He like
Sorry, it's catchy.
he's got like he hits like a lever, and like a cigarette like kind of is jammed into his mouth by like some robot arm, and he's like, oh god, and it flicks it lit. He's just like, yeah, the kid in the mech suit, they got a bunch of those now, and
With the kid in them, or
with
like just no one in them?
no, like with people piloting.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like someone stepped into a Warforged, but bigger. And
Kind
no
of violating
no
conceptually.
consciousness. Sorry, I didn't. Yeah, that was not a great way to say that. They're more like golems. They're big robot suits. And yeah, the company guards all have them now, and if you don't make production, I'm not saying you get beat up, but I'm not saying you don't get beat up. It's not been great. I was happy to go back to the Elsyer. I'm not thrilled to be coming back here. Then again, he was going down there. He sucks.
Yes, he does suck.
You hear like thunk thunk, you hit something, and he's like, "That's probably fine." It's hard to see.
It's not fine. Man, this thing's going fast. What's the mileage on this stuff? He says, trying to change the subject. All right, yeah, we're in space. Mileage is probably not the. What's the light years per? The light years per gallon.
It's 0.0000007 light years per gallon.
Dang.
It would actually be
pretty
really
good.
high.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You are not using nearly as much fuel as on the way down. Like, the way down drains the core, basically. Y'all going way faster. You have, like, you could make this trip 3 or 4 times. Not, like, back and forth, but, like, there or back, like, 3 or 4 times. What were you going to say, Clangley?
Hey, if we have to bail for whatever reason, I'm hoping we don't, but if we do...
Dalton kind of, like, asking, like, Issa in the back, or any of you, kind of like, could we go to a different planet? Like, do we
theoretically.
do we have enough fuel for that?
It's just a whole bunch of stuttering coming from the intercom system from the engineering bay. Like, yes, we need to know where we're going, but in theory, we'd need much more fuel.
Maybe some other time.
I mean, we could always try to convince Greene to go to another planet.
That seems like we'd be getting ourselves into a bit of a spell-based jam if we started doing that.
Well, we don't have to go. We just have to put him on a rocket and send him to another.
That's the dream, isn't it?
We can have him make his own little company.
You know what? He'd probably enjoy it in a weird way.
Into the calzone into space.
And then promote spell bombs to make the rocket blow up.
You can make him Shatter Kingdom's problem, and then That's it.
Now that would be a dick move.
Where's the beach planet? We have a billionaire for them.
What do you mean you don't believe in money here? Fuck.
Nothing like foisting your BBEG onto another in-universe campaign.
That would be so funny, though. Like, I know we can't do it.
They're currently fighting a bunch of vampires. They just crash in the vampire island. It's just like, I buy you now. I don't think I'm a vamp. I don't think this works, dude.
And now you're fighting a different kind of vampire.
Yeah.
Capitalists.
Inspiration to everybody. That was a team effort.
Thank you. It's
So
like my fourth
team.
inspiration.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's it? Them's rookie numbers.
You don't roll dice, Jay. You make people make saves.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because I think you even pointed that out, Jay, at some point. It's just like, I don't need them. Like, I don't roll dice often.
Do they transfer campaigns? Can
Sure.
Jay take all of your
Oh my god.
inspiration to the
Just
next
some weird broke build that you need advantage for, like some bizarro rogue. Just start the campaign with 40 inspiration.
No, that's just Hester.
That is Hester. Hated dice rolls and me. Marty's not in chat, is he?
No, he's not. That's why
No.
I
Yeah.
felt the need to do that, because it's like, we could technically do that and they won't know until he crashes.
Yeah, wait till they fight this vampire who's going to do that to them. So he's got it coming.
Yeah.
Fell into my advantage. Fell into my advantage 26 times.
Why are we so funny?
I don't know. We've been doing this for a minute.
It's true.
Almost.
It's what happens when you have a dynamic that's been forged over 5 years of D&D campaigns.
Yeah, and also some other campaigns.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever been in a Laughing Dragon campaign that didn't also have Liz in it.
Oh gosh, is that true?
I mean, I'm in
not
Dragon
complaining.
Lords, but
Right. No, I think
true.
I think
yes.
you've been in campaigns without Dan, but I don't think Dan's ever been in campaigns without you, Liz.
I don't
That's
know what
true.
I just don't know what I'm doing otherwise. I'd be like, what?
Oh man.
Where's my deadpan chemistry? I need someone to bounce off of. Start
Oh,
hyperventilating.
man. That's freaking me out. I don't think I ever noticed that. Yeah. Okay. I have to figure out if that's true for anybody else.
No, I think it's just.
I think it might just be you two, because Timothy was on your original stream, and he's
yeah.
Then we flip flopped. Yeah. Oh no, Dan. Empire of Leaves. Liz was in an Empire of Leaves. Anyway.
Has there been a campaign where Jay, like, I don't know if I've ever been in a campaign without Jay.
Without Jay? Oh, Sassy and Classy.
Oh,
and Brassy
right.
Backup.
Oh, I missed that campaign. That was so good.
That might be it, though.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, we're
Anyway.
playing D&D, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the Pinocchio one, too. Anyway.
Yeah, we
okay.
have been for a
Yes,
while.
that's the one I was thinking of. The
There's
one
a
I did with
Pinocchio
Timothy.
one?
Yeah. Yeah, that was real creepy.
Was it? That's
It
an
happened
old
about the
one.
same time that Keldon did, didn't it?
I believe it
Yeah.
did. I had them both going, yeah, because I really like Ravenloft.
You are correct to like this thing.
Yeah, I had a spooky puppet. I sang a spooky song. It was a whole thing. Nobody liked me. Anyway, you all bird strike or whatever hits the thing, but you're just cooking. Just a roast chicken flies behind you.
Who's for bird strike?
Okay. You all descend through the smog layers until eventually you get to one, like, it's basically the designated traffic zone where there's like these big turbines that kind of pump the air a little cleaner here so you can see the other airships, basically. And the ones here are traditionally, they aren't they aren't built like drop jammers. They're built much more like blimps and zeppelins. They're kind of huge airships with traditional turbines and often electrically powered. Some of them you can literally see are like plugged into the surface. Like there's just giant cables kind of running down them, and you can, people will crank the cables out. But there's
people
a couple
running along the surface to plug them in every 5 feet.
There's a couple smaller craft as well, like prop plane kind of things, like personal vehicles. But you kind of hit cruising altitude and you start flying towards the big old crater that Issa has a workshop on the edge of. And there's as described before, the whole planet is a city. It's one big ecumenopolis. Getting better at saying it. A steampunk ecumenopolis. You're gonna find out I recorded it clean once, and I just hit a sound bite every time I need to say it.
Nice job. That's what I would have done.
Do that. Discord has soundboards now.
Yeah, I saw that. So you pass over a couple districts. There's like the fancy person district, warehouse district. Pretty traditional science fiction or fantasy. The spooky smoke district.
Is that what it's called in universe? The fancy person district?
Please say yes.
You know what?
I'm begging you.
It's the fancy person district. I'm gonna write that down.
Thank you. I really needed that.
Oh no, I always wrote fancy person district. Fancy.
Even better.
Person district. You know what? Maybe it's named after Pansy Person.
Yeah, the real guy in this universe that we just have to deal with having existed now.
They founded this district back when the planet was sparse enough for it to be a town. I'll have you know.
The Fersen dynasty is long and very serious. Pansy Fersen. Okay.
Yeah, I actually knew Baldy first, and he was kind of like the outlier of that family.
Sure, yeah, a bit of a black sheep kind of thing, yeah.
Weirdly enough, the hairiest member of that family. By far.
How are we doing all time? We're doing great all time. Okay. So, you fly past the warehouse district. Rick kind of gets up as close as he can to look out the view hole to be like, okay, this is the Keldon crater, I guess. That sucks that nobody ever filled this in.
I mean, the ground on it's poisoned even for moon standards.
Cool and great.
Yeah, it turns out when you pull an entire city out of part of a bigger city, it just kind of fills with industrial waste.
Like urban floodwater, ew.
Yeah.
Not a fun place.
Well, cool place to test rockets, I guess.
Very occasionally hard to catch fire.
Really?
It's got so many chemicals mixed in there that it's just...
A lot of them asbestos, apparently. So...
Just picturing the whole crater lined in asbestos. Like...
Don't breathe this crater. Don't.
It's not great, but very flame-proof. Like the crater had been insulated, like it was being prepared for it to just teleport away one day. Okay. Oh no, Keldon. Keldon's a campaign that Dan was in without Liz. Speak of. We did it. Okay.
That's the goal of this episode.
That was it.
That's the whole campaign. We're good.
New campaign.
Okay. I got some ideas. Let's. Okay. You all cruise in. Issa, your workshop has been properly maintained as per instructions left at your lawyers. However, it's obvious no one has been here in a week or two. Your mail is in as neat a pile as it can be, but it's still pretty much a heap. Yeah, you all cruise in. I do imagine it's literally like a dock up against the crater, so Dalton pulls in and kind of hovers next to the dock to let you all out before kind of landing a little lower and climbing up a ladder to enter your workshop. Rick helps dust off, and he's just like, "I'll get all your stuff," and kind of grabs all the Dust's stuff.
And you were worried about the landing.
Oh.
Would never doubt your piloting skills.
I didn't know this was a thing. Like, I didn't know you could land here. I didn't know anyone was allowed to go into this thing.
Probably they're not.
Oh.
Normally they're not.
Oh.
Congratulations, you are an exception.
Cool. Can I smoke
For you
here? Or...
I wouldn't recommend it.
You just breathe the air, it's the same effect.
Okay. He pulls out some chew and shoves it into his mouth. What would y'all like to do?
Try to send out some contacts, be that calls or whatever, to whoever is now a contact for who is or was Issabel's lawyers. Hopefully at least one of them survived.
So sending out some messages, probably telegram kind of technology. You hear back that indeed did not kill all of the lawyers and the firm. Killed it was it? Oh crap! Was it Paper Pusher and
Inkwell and Ironclad, I think.
No, Inkwell and
Ironclad is
Tarbeck's lawyers.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It was like Pencil Pusher and something.
I have it written down
Paperweight,
somewhere. Where
maybe?
is it?
I mean, I do like that name.
One of them was Pencil Pusher.
It's not my doc.
Not have you written down? I would be surprised if I did not have you written down.
Oh, check my notes. Although I think that was established before I started taking notes in this document.
No.
Yeah, I'm going back pretty far in my notes, and I don't think I wrote it down.
Papersmith and Pencil Pusher.
Papersmith. Okay.
That sounds about right.
Oh boy, my handwriting is nice in some of these. That's crap all the other times. Okay. Okay.
Do you enjoy that thrilling 2 minutes of everyone frantically scrolling through their notes?
Yeah. So the one of the newer attorneys kind of comes back and is just like, "Yep, I'm still alive. I don't really want to go to work, and I think I'm gonna find a new. I was told I should probably look for a new line of work."
By who?
I don't want to say thugs, so I'm gonna say mercenaries.
Did they have like Pinkerton emblazed? I mean, Bluerton, the Bluertons.
Greenerton?
That's them. Oh, that works on so many levels. Thank you.
They were Greenertons.
Damn it.
What were you going to say, Wynne?
No, when I don't remember. You can keep going.
Yeah, so definitely was thinking about a new line of work. My uncle has a position open. You know, I can do books. I can get you your documents and stuff like that, obviously, but I'm afraid for my life.
Reasonable.
Reasonable.
Would you like to fake your death?
Oh boy, do you? I have like a.
Okay. Before you offer that again, Claire, what does faking one's death mean?
Interesting question.
A couple of methods. There's the traditional sense, and then there's the fun way.
You don't want the fun way. You don't
You
want
don't want the fun way.
I have like a partner and like a family.
Claire's gonna go wander off.
Okay, cool. I guess that's not gonna be a thing then. Dust had been like paying attention, be like, okay, we're gonna learn more. No, it sounds bad. I'm being told it's bad. He says, look, Greenertons showed up. They strong-armed some folks out of here. They took some documents, but I don't think they took they didn't take everything for sure. I don't know what they took, honestly. But Greene is clearly off his legal base. It's just the best lawyers I know are dead. So I don't really know how to challenge him. And kind of like looks back and forth or whatever. Like there's a little hologram or whatever is happening. Looks back and forth. He's, I think Hugo Greene had them killed.
Yeah, we figured that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Andy?
Yeah.
Would I know of any necromancers at the Spire? Necromancers or clerics who could perform like a true resurrection?
True resurrection? Yeah, let me double check. True resurrection. No. D&D Beyond is error.
I love Claire. Have I said it yet this episode?
She's great.
Because Claire herself cannot do it. She's not a powerful enough wizard yet. But she is an academic! Maybe her thesis advisor knew.
Isabel's thinking like, okay, I'm going to need to find new lawyers. We're going to say, well, Claire's just like, bring them back.
Produce, reuse, and recycle. If you don't need to throw it away, then don't.
Recycling lawyers. I don't know how I should feel about this one, given I just graduated from law school.
Okay, let me check.
I guess there was nothing on the solicitor exam that said you can't.
There's nothing that says you can't come back as a necromancer that just practices law.
That's my favorite TV show, Necro Lawyer.
I was going to say Legal Lich.
Both very good. Okay. Let's stop being funny for 10 seconds. And we're not going to stop being funny.
No, never.
Okay.
It's not D&D unless you're constantly pirouetting between hilarious and drama.
It's true.
Okay, good. Okay. The good news is you wouldn't have to use true resurrection. You could use regular resurrection. Because they haven't been dead for a crazy long time. They've only been dead for at this point it's been probably 2 weeks, so they are out of the raised dead window. But resurrection. You would know someone who could do it. They will require you to pay for the services. It will be 3,000 gold. I'm sorry, $3,000. They're
cool. How's Isabel doing on money?
I mean, yeah, you're doing pretty. You're pretty flush. Now,
I like my lawyers.
How much of that is liquid? Yeah, no, they made some good investments for y'all when you were gone. And you can search through your pile of mail for like a bank statement. You could afford this.
Oh.
Now, if I make this introduction, I will require the use of your lawyers. I have some inquiries to make about the copyright usage of certain magical processes.
Well, they're very good at that particular branch of law, and if they come back and want to come back, I can imagine them being more than happy to be a thorn in Greene's side over this.
Excellent.
Could they also testify against him for murder? But no, wait, he probably also has the police in his pocket. Shit.
And the National Train Safety Board.
No.
But he doesn't have the Copyright Office on his side, so that's the good thing.
If there's one group of people you don't want to mess with, it's patents and copyright people.
Oh my God, we're getting
buried.
Disney to go after Tesla.
No.
I'm sorry I said that.
Get ready for people to be arguing about Steamboat Willie, everyone's favorite.
Everyone's favorite guy.
Okay. So yeah, do you head to the Spire, Claire?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're gonna go meet my thesis advisor.
Here's a question. Has this person ever seen you as you are?
No.
Rad. Okay. Do you have a fun necromancer name for this person?
Oh,
Otherwise, I can think of one.
Professor Killjoy.
Fucking perfect.
That's great. Yep. It's actually Dr. Killjoy.
Dr. Killjoy.
Thank you.
It's one of those
Weirdly
professors
enough-
who absolutely insisted on being called doctor.
I didn't go
Weirdly
to all
enough,
those
though,
years of
very nice guy.
medical school to be called Professor Killjoy. I don't have a master's degree.
Did not go to evil medical school to be called Mister.
Evil medical school.
It's no longer the Spire, it's evil medical school.
You approach a building that says Evil Medical School. No, so the Spire is several districts away. So using public transportation to get there. You own.
Well, he's already better than the real guy at his public transit.
That's true. He hasn't totally ruined it.
Yet.
Well, he did kill someone on it. So you head over to the Spire, which is in a part of the city that the air is basically, when you enter it, there's basically like a fake dome of like bright sky over it. Like it's clearly an illusion because you can't see it from the outside, but when you enter, it's like this beautiful, blue sky, perfect sun and clouds. Like it's just enough cloud cover that the sun is never in your eyes, but otherwise the sky is perfectly blue. There's a lot of greenery here, a lot more than anywhere else on the planet. And Wynne knows. Wynne's looked. And it's hard to tell if it's real or fake, or like there's a luster, like a glamour on it. If it's like really the crappy looking trees that are everywhere else in like little cages, or if it's real, like it smells real, but the sky's not. So what here is and isn't. And it's this big sprawling college campus basically with 3 large literal spires at the center where the wizards and various other magic users all practice.
I was lied to. You called this place the Spire, not the Spires.
They named themselves before they built 3, so
That makes sense.
And look, academia is weird. They don't like name changes.
It.
or they're overly fond of them. It's one of the. It's real touchy wherever you go. So Claire, take the lead. What would you like to do?
Claire is just kind of like anybody who kind of knows her could tell she's a little uncomfortable, but it's just like full blank face, straight ahead walking. It's just like she's not really paying attention. Like, it seems like she's trying as hard as she possibly can to not think of any memories of this place.
Oh no.
So yeah, she's just like fully making it like, goodness gracious, I hope he has not switched offices again. I do not want to have to look at a campus map. This place is for a singular stair hallway going revolving up around a spire. It is surprisingly hard to navigate.
Wizards, am I right?
Especially when necromancy is in the basement level right below illusion magic.
Oh.
That's so mean.
Um,
Do they still have an enchantment building? Because the people there are too friendly. I don't like it.
Enchantment gets all the funding. They're in the newest spire.
Oh, okay. I see why.
man, yeah.
That again, joke works on so many levels.
Man,
Yeah,
this is some excellent in-game. Lots of excellent in-game world building happening. Everyone, good job.
It's almost like I've spent the past like 5 years on a college campus.
Yeah, look,
I know how this works.
They get all the funding, and transmutation doesn't need any, for some reason.
Yeah, they're always fine.
I do order a lot of lead, though. Wonder what that's about.
It's one of my favorite comic issues. Is there's an issue of Doctor Strange that's not written by Stan Lee, where the writer introduces the idea that Doctor Strange has money problems, like he can't afford his rent. And the next issue is written by Stan Lee, and Stan Lee is just like, I'm Doctor Strange, I know magic. And he just conjures a pile of gold. And he's like, Juan, go deal with this. Go pay my rent, I guess.
Extremely funny.
Okay, so...
Why would you do that? That is not an interesting problem for this character to have.
Early Marvel, they're trying to make everyone Spider-Man, basically.
Because Spider-Man worked real good. Because Spider-Man was Spider-Man.
But yeah, Doctor Strange is not
What do you mean not everyone is Spider-Man?
I could go off on a whole Doctor Strange screed. Because he's my
We've
favorite.
gotten like 15 minutes total, I think, of actual D&D in this session.
And people, there's a lot of world building.
It's happening. A good 15 minutes.
It's been a great 15 minutes.
Okay, so the heading down the spire, as indeed going through illusion is a bit of a mind trip. It's not fun, but Claire closes. You close your eyes enough, and you're like, okay, I've done this before. I'll do it again. Kind of.
Here's a fun thought: detect magic.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're good. Yeah, you see a bunch of illusory bullshit. Like, everything here is illusory.
So we spent like 2 minutes wandering around that we didn't want to, just like, I have a solution for this.
You walk through the doorway you just entered through, and you're like, fucking illusionists. Put down your goggles.
It is preset that illusion students will be 15 minutes late to their assigned class time. Be grateful you never had to figure out their office hours. Entire 4 credits of illusion were a nightmare.
Okay.
Glad I'm an engineer.
Clangley sees while we're passing by, he sees a Warforged Demolition Derby poster, and he kind of puts a hand on it. It's just like
my youth. It's next to a poster for like some bad coffee night, open mic thing.
Those were so fun.
It's for the people who multi-classed Bard.
Where is evocations?
Oh,
Top floor.
they
I
keep
assume.
having to rebuild that
Yeah,
one.
I assume it's the
Yeah,
top
I was gonna
floor.
say that's top floor.
You don't
If
want it
they're
to be
not
foundational.
like
Yeah.
off somewhere else.
Again, they keep having to rebuild it.
Yeah.
They're next to conjuration.
Evocation's got a fireball field. Meanwhile, my proposal for a cadaver lab was rejected.
Just grumbling the whole way down.
I mean, Salted Earth is a little less difficult to get to than a field of corpse size. Some people do sell their bodies to science.
If Dust were here, he'd be like, I could have done that? Oh, man.
And then you'd be dead.
Oh, man. Okay, so down and down. You start hitting all the goth kids and the cobwebs, and
Oh, we are getting close to necromancy.
you're definitely getting close to necromancy. You pass a bunch of...
No offense, Claire.
They're freshmen. Don't worry about it.
Everyone
Everything
has
it's
their
so
goth
funny.
phase.
It's so funny.
I mean, I did cross-train a little bit when I was going to engineering school to, like, give them a couple years. It generally takes about 2 of them for them to find their aesthetic beyond just dollar store mall goth.
You pass
Dollar
the...
store. The barbarians are the dollar store Visigoths. Don't even go here. What am I saying?
You pass the offices of Elegy Hella and let's see, Mortimer Darkblood.
Oh, come on.
Epitaph
No,
cool
you
guy.
don't. You made that up.
Well, I mean, I did, but and then you finally see the most ornate, very gothic wrought iron door, and you're like, why is it wrought? It's an office. Like, this is like a gate. Dr. Killjoy, head of necromantic studies. You can hear the knock inside, like it echoes, and the door very creepily and creakily opens.
So uncomfortably familiar. Hello, Doctor.
Yeah, facing the other way, spins around slowly in his chair. Real Charles Dance looking dude, you know, high peaked hair, long face. May I help you?
Fucking necromancers. Sorry. I'll shut up.
How many of your lawyers did you say die, Issa?
Most 2 of them. Most
The
of
two,
them. Both
like
of them.
Yeah, both of them, and then most of the other kind of underlings were scattered. We got both Papersmith and Pencil Pusher.
Two resurrections.
Do I know you?
Claire's just gonna put the bag of coins on the desk. 2 resurrections, please.
Well, as a non-guild member, there is additional fees. There's a scheduling to permit.
Right away, please. And another bag of coins.
You get to be a thorn in a particular capitalist's side.
An animated skeleton hand will kind of come out and start counting the coins. Eventually, like, turns to him and, like, thumbs up.
Pains me to admit, but necromancers are very classy, even if they are like this.
Have you procured the bodies?
Should have seen this coming. We can procure the bodies. Can you be ready in time for when we come back?
I don't see why not. Spring holidays are about to start. I can delay my trip to the beach.
Put on lots of sunscreen. You're looking a little pale there.
Oh, it's an
There is-
illusory beach.
Okay, that makes more sense.
But I should still sunscreen up.
I'm going to say,
Just
I
that
have the
pale.
only technical beachfront property on this planet, and you don't want to be on that beach.
Beachfront. He says, yes, if... how long do you think it will take you to procure them? Sorry, should I be asking for a discretion fee as well? Or is this, like, on the up and up? Kind of squints at Claire, like, something about you is familiar.
Are you trying to con me out of an extra discretion fee when you know discretion is the nature of necromancy?
Did you go here?
I know
So-
enough.
So like the motto above the door.
Yeah, that's like class 4. Like that's like one of my signature classes. What was your name?
My name is not important.
Discretion. Yeah. Oh. Well. Unimportant, friend. It shall be done.
Good.
Do you know where my laboratory is?
Of course.
Squints again. I shall be waiting for you there.
It is the nature of necromancy to be discreet towards others and knowledgeable about ourselves.
It's like leans across the table as close as he can to you. And he's just taking you in and kind of looks at your friends like,
They are less important.
Ouch.
Rude!
Mean.
Putting a pin
Not
in there.
particularly incorrect in this particular instance, but certainly rude.
You don't want to be important to Dr. Killjoy.
I don't, most certainly don't. You are correct.
interesting.
I don't think I can be because, and then he conks his metal arm.
You'd be surprised.
Never say never.
Yeah, he actually seems very interested in Issa's prosthetic arm. Like, that's a novel and new approach. Anyway, I will see you shortly, I hope.
You most certainly will.
Intriguing. Most intriguing. The little hand grabs the sack of cash, just drags it off the table. Yeah, and he gets up and he's all, black robed, obviously. And in a swirl of robes, he dimension doors himself away.
Does he have a fog machine under his
All
desk?
necromancers
No, don't worry
like
about it.
this.
Sleep. Sorry, what did you say, Dan?
Are all necromancers like this?
Yeah, they have a class on it.
Mm-hmm.
Thaumaturgy for
Everyone-
necromancers, it's
Yeah.
very popular.
Every one of them's a drama kid. I don't understand it.
I mean,
They
you're
all saw the Yorick scene and just took it way too...
man. I could talk to skulls. I mean, when your frame of reference is Claire and this dude, so take from that what you will.
I think they're a lovely group of people, necromancers.
There is a particular flavor to them, yes. Never dealt with this in evocation. All we had to deal with at most was singed hairs. Occasionally your classmate would come in and he'd be bald all of a sudden. It was hilarious. No one talked about it.
does sound quite funny.
Claire would like to make one more stop before they leave the spires.
Sure.
Okay, so she's going to make her way to the dorms.
You pass several bald kids, yep.
And she is going to, like, fully barge in to what used to be her old dorm. Like, not even caring that there are people in there.
Okay, I'm studying.
I can guarantee what you were studying for is not nearly as important as what I need to do right now. And she, like, lifts up their, like, dollar store rug and, like, pries up one of the floorboards.
My rug, my floor.
And, like, inside is, like, this very, like, finely polished wooden box. And then, like, she opens it, and, like, in it, and, like, kind of the satin lining is, several, like, neatly arrayed hand bones. But one of the fingers is missing, and she's going to take the bones for another one of the fingers.
Fuck, okay.
Okay.
The kid who's room.
Did you not bring bones from the planet?
These are collateral, and she's going to store them.
The kid's like, were there drugs under my floors the whole time? Like, did I have been smoking drugs? That's a finger bone. Ew.
You can store your drugs in here as long as you do not unlock my finger bone box.
Okay. Yeah. I'm studying
I will hold you to
transmutation.
that.
Okay.
Like, flash of necromantic magic in the eyes, and
You
then closes.
got it. Jesus. Maybe I gotta take that necromancy class on thaumaturgy or whatever.
And she's going to close the box, close the floorboards, restore the rug, and leave.
Rugs.
Oh god, this is why everyone is scared of grad students.
Kind of like sticks their head like to watch you leave and be like, that was the scariest thing I've ever had happen to me here. So
It was like a senior prank, but scary.
Y'all head down to the morgue, I assume. Once again, leaving the kind of beautiful, even if illusory, sun-dappled college campus. You hop back on the elevated rail and head towards city center, where you can see that they are still cleaning up from this train crash. There's a bunch of areas that are kind of locked off, and there's an increased city guard presence. And indeed, a lot of them are now wearing these sort of giant they're like Rick's mech suit isn't as established. It's not really super refined. It's kind of, he's still clearly cobbled it together. These are even less so. They're like Ironmonger from the first Iron Man movie. Like, they're just huge, hulking, and that's kind of all they do. They're just big. They don't move great. They're just kind of big, and they almost look like almost like turrets. Like, they're stationary in a way. Like, you don't think they're very quick to move, but they can clearly do some damage if you get within like arm's reach of them. It's a bunch of different guards kind of patrolling very slowly, or kind of a bunch of human or like unmechted guards kind of patrolling around them. And you all head into the main police department, where you know the morgue for this area is.
Can I sneak into the morgue?
Hey, Dan, does Clangley have a bag of holding? Is that one of his items?
I think he doesn't, unfortunately.
Dang.
Would have been funny, though. I know what you're getting at.
Okay, so you want to attempt to sneak into the morgue.
It's time for some 18th century body snatching, and I cast invisibility on myself.
Oh.
Shit, okay. Claire disappears.
Can
Distraction force.
Can I like wild shape into a mouse
Sure.
and hopefully follow Claire, just as backup?
You start scurrying, like, I hope she's going this way. Okay. Clangley and Issa. Rick's just like, I got nothing. You're looking at, I have a gun and a sword and a mech suit.
I mean, that's not nothing, but hopefully nothing we need.
Discretion is the heart of valor, or whatever the necromancer dude said.
He certainly did not mention anything about valor.
Right.
There is nothing valiant about what we are doing right now.
That's what my coach said.
Arguably, there actually is, but we'll get to that.
It's complicated.
Can make a fuss about filling out paperwork because...
Oh, there's always paperwork to fill out around here.
Always that. I can do it loudly. I can also just, like... They were my lawyers, but they're also probably on friendly terms.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so you go in.
Like, I was on the planet. First of all, I was on the planet. And I had some bad news about my friends passing, who were also my lawyers, so...
Yeah, so do you, like, play up, like, the sob show of it?
Little column A, a little column B, like, just like, this is both, like, business, I have to be sure that my colleagues are dead, and, like, I was fond of my colleagues.
Sure, yeah. Rick will, like, pat your back, like, they're there. Let's, give me a deception check.
Deception? Oh, no. Can I get advantage because Rick is helping?
Yes, you may.
Oh, good. 17.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, horrible accident. Yeah, we have a list of the victims here. You're welcome to go through it. Our condolences. There's one person like, you were on Elsyer? Like, what's it like?
How do you feel about dinosaurs made out of moss?
I mean, that sounds cool.
That are trying to eat you.
That's less cool.
Less cool.
No sense of adventure.
Okay. Oh yeah. Well, I have like a motorcycle probably. So,
Cute.
gets very defensive, and starts trying to like really out macho. Like it's all toxic and stupid. So that'll distract them for a while.
The 2-foot goblin girl is winning.
Okay, so cutting back to Claire. How long does invisibility last again, Claire? It's always longer
hour.
than I think. It's an hour, right?
It's an hour.
Oh man, I always think it's like 10 minutes.
No. Lasts forever as long as you don't have to do anything.
Well, yeah. Okay. So Claire, going through the catacombs of this place, Wynne, you are just. Can I get a survival check, Wynne? Like,
Okay.
You just. Because I assume your main goal is to follow Claire.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, I don't think you've ever been here before. I think Claire has.
At least once.
13 for survival.
Okay, yeah. Look, you know Claire. You can also read still, so you're like, okay, morgue. You're just, like, hoping to not run into a cop. You're pretty sure you're following her. You don't know how much pace you're keeping. But Claire, winding your way through these halls, the other thing that helps is occasionally you see a door open, Wynne, and you're like, okay, squeeze under that, like, let's go. Claire, you enter into a magically cold room. Kind of smoke pouring from a bunch of different vents. You can see large crystals are kind of emanating this cold magic. And you can see there's rows and rows, kind of stacked on top of each other in like gurneys and hospital bed kind of things, but just a bunch of them, like bunk beds basically up to the ceiling, are just bodies.
I look for papersmith and pencil pusher.
So after a bit, you find indeed the two bodies. They clearly have been in some sort of accident. It doesn't look like an autopsy was performed on them because they were in a train accident. Like, no one's like,
accident.
What really killed them though? It's just like the train. Like, it doesn't really matter if they died of a heart attack or whatever. It was a train crash. Like, there's no obvious like bullet holes or like they weren't poisoned. Probably. And you would have all seen like the investigation into the train crash. They would have told you this upstairs too. Issa is still ongoing. Like, they don't know what caused it yet. You all have a suspicion. They don't know what caused it. So
like they actually don't know, or they're like terrified that they might know. No comment. Okay.
It's more like, man, it's okay. So it's like there were recently some train derailments in America, in the United States. The reason is because trains have been deregulated, ultimately. But a lot of people, there's still like that's not necessarily the reason. Like, why trains don't just derail. But over time, they've so they're still looking for like the specific reason why it derailed, kind of thing. Is there some suspicion that it was sabotage? Yeah, but most of that's being played off as like kind of conspiracy theory-ish. It probably derailed for a fairly mundane, boring, but ultimately sad, we cut a bunch of regulations reason. So no one is seriously suspecting that the person who owned the train is the one who crashed it, because why would they? But you all have seen a side of Hugo Greene that most of these people have not. He's a pretty sort of mild-mannered dude to most of them. Like, no one would say he's cool, but most of the populace doesn't think he's a maniacal maniac.
He hasn't
That's
bought
the same
Twitter
word
yet.
Twice. A megalomaniac. But
okay. Is there anything else in the morgue with me?
You did notice a mouse is following you, and you're pretty sure it's Wynne.
Okay, but nobody else.
There
Everyone
does
else
not
is
appear
gone.
to be an attendant or an orderly or anything down here.
Okay, cool. Can I cast like a real quick detect magic? Just to be sure.
Sure, yeah.
That no one's like scrying on this room or anything.
The only magic you're picking up is, I guess Wynne isn't. Wild shape isn't like a magical effect.
Never like a spell, no.
Yeah, the only thing you're picking up is the crystals. They emanate evocation magic to keep the room cool. And
Child's play.
Although, actually, hold on a second.
Do you have any idea the amount of engineering it takes to make crystals sustain like that? Child's play.
Casting detect magic will break concentration on invisibility.
That's fine.
Okay.
If there's nobody else in here and nobody's scrying on it, then I'll drop the invisibility.
Okay. How are you and a mouse going to get two human-sized bodies out of here?
I cast 2 animate deads.
That
On
is
the
a
block.
way to do it. Fuck. Oh, gross. Yep.
That'll do it.
Child's play, Andy. My character was literally built for a moment like this.
St. Clair's first undead rodeo.
When you think I graduated from necromancy school without body snatching?
Yeah, there's a course on it and everything. Jeez.
She knew how to do this.
100-level course.
Hold on, I got it.
I looked it up. You can animate down. It's not a concentration spell. You can animate down on multiple beings. And as long as it's dead, I can control them for 24 hours.
Hold on. Okay. Because I didn't realize this was going to happen, you will need true resurrection to fix this, because if they've been undead, resurrection will not work on them.
Are you sure about that?
I just checked.
Okay.
True resurrection specifies if the creature was undead, it is restored to its non-undead form. Resurrection says if you touch a dead creature that has been dead for no more than a century, didn't die of old age, and it isn't undead. But then I guess, hold on, if you...
Can I drop the animate undead and then...
Oh boy.
And then they're just corpses again?
Raising it as an undead creature is a zombie that's dead. Is a zombie that is no longer a zombie still undead?
What is an undead?
Oh boy. We're talking about
As undead means that it would have to be like in some state of living.
This is very clever, so I'm willing to let you get away with it. I still want to know how you're going to get two zombies out of here, but...
That could be something we save for next session, but it's time for Claire to pull some Claire bullshit.
Okay, I'm going to say it works for now, because they'll become not undead. Boy. I am going to look it up to see what, if Jeremy Crawford has ever said anything about this or whatever. But
Jeremy, come pick me up. I'm scared.
Because
my necromancer is necromancing. I'm worried.
Yeah, because I really do feel like it would be. It's not an intent. Like it seems to me that's so you can't resurrect a vampire as a bad guy or whatever. Or if currently is a zombie, but usually player character. Yeah, no. Interesting. Okay, we are gonna wrap it up there because it's 9:30. But Claire animates. When you see Claire create two zombies out of these people.
Wynne just looks down to a big giant it's between a sigh and a squeak.
What's mouse for? I don't know what I expected.
Claire looks down at the map. She's like, I'm not good at sayings, but there's something about cracking eggs to make omelets.
Wynne, you don't think that's applicable? You don't think that's the same thing?
No, it's not. Aw.
Clangley just got a headache all of a sudden.
Clangley looks off into the distance.
He doesn't know why.
My responsibility senses are tingling. What's happening? Somewhere else. Someone's making a bad decision somewhere.
Oh well, nothing I can do about it. Probably fine.
Let's antagonize some cops. Okay. Fucking rad, everybody. We're on the moon.
We're on the moon!
We're creating zombies on the moon. Let's go!
Doing a zombie heist right now. Okay. Outros and plugs. Dan.
First of all, there should be if there is not already a one-page RPG called Zombie Heist, there should be one. I was going somewhere with this shit.
Yeah, if it's summer, you maybe have free time while you look for a job, so you could definitely write up that one-page Zombie Heist.
Guys,
RPG.
I'm gonna be running Zombie Heist soon.
Rad.
Okay.
Obviously, Mira, you're gonna have to be in that one.
I would love to.
You have 2 stats, zombie and heist.
God, that would be perfect, though. You get a bunch of... it's like the guys are necromancers, but they're, like, robbing a morgue.
Yeah,
And, like, that's the whole game.
They're grave robbing. It's tradition.
Full weekend at Bernie's.
That's the third stat.
That's your wild stat. Weekend at Birdie's. I
don't have a plug.
Yeah.
My brain's a little scrambled.
Liz.
Hi, I'm Liz. I will plug playing games with your friends. Because you get to animate dead with each other, and that's just a whole barrel of fun.
Can't believe they said this game was satanic, guys.
Yeah.
What about this?
What about this is satanic?
Yeah. What about this is undermining societal norms? I don't know. Mira?
In 79 Common Era, Pliny the Younger, the nephew of a famous military man, I think he was a doctor. He had some shit to say.
Don't try to justify this shit, Mira.
No, keep going.
Pliny the Elder recorded the eruption of Vesuvius as happening sometime in early August of the year 79. And that, in terms of archaeological evidence, is about as good of a record as you could possibly get. That is a first-hand account, which is literally perfect. That is a first source. But archaeologists actually theorize that the eruption happened probably a few months later due to evidence found mostly at wineries, because August would have been harvesting season for Roman grapes, and they found dolia, which were these big fermenting vats buried in the ground already during the time of the eruption. So it would have been fermenting season rather than processing season. And also they believe it was a little bit later because they found carbonized, I believe, some kind of nut at certain sites. And those wouldn't have been available during August, during the time of the eruption. So they think maybe it actually happened sometime during October, despite what Pliny the Younger, who witnessed the eruption of Vesuvius, said. So there you go. I took a Roman art history class last semester, and I desperately miss it. If you guys ever want to go down a rabbit hole, look up archaeological evidence at Pompeii, Herculaneum, all kinds of... You'll find some interesting stuff, not least of which, kind of related to what we just played about, were the body casts created of victims of Vesuvius. They are, content warning for people who are sensitive, they are a little bit scary and kind of sad, but if you're interested, look it up. It's fascinating. Play D&D with your friends.
Yeah. Jay.
Happy Pride, be they do crimes. Antagonize a cop.
Yeah.
I'm wearing my subtle trans pride flag shirt.
Nice. Hi, everybody. I'll explain what that was post-stream. Hi, everybody. Happy Pride. Hey. World's hard right now. Words are too. The world sucks. But sometimes it's a little better for 2 hours when you play a game with your friends. And that's pretty nice. So try and find light in these difficult times. Go to libraries, play games. Don't ban books. Do buy books or go to libraries, because libraries are rad.
There's a book you want to read, you can actually suggest that your library acquire a copy of it.
Or
That's
you can
rad.
see if other libraries in your library network have it, and they'll send it to your library for you. Libraries
My little
are
sister-
the best.
My little sister just started a summer internship program at the North Branch of the Denton Library, and now she's become a library advocate. It's so cool to see.
That's awesome. What games are there? Candle Obscura looks pretty cool from the Critical Role folks. That's a lot of, kind of similar vibes to what's going on right here. That's it. Next week, Shattered Kingdoms is on Tuesday. Heads up. And,
Maybe something else on Wednesday
maybe
instead.
something else on Wednesday.
Maybe what was the weekend? What was I going to call it as the joke?
Zombie Heist. It was Zombie Heist.
Oh yeah, that.
Maybe
If you do want a game that has that same sort of zombie heist-esque energy, you can always check out Sexy Battle Wizards.
Oh really?
It's a Grant Howitt one-page RPG, and you literally have 3 stats that are sexy, battle, and wizard.
Yeah, okay.
I love that. I love those vibes.
That's
what gaming is about.
That is what gaming is about.
Sexy Battle Wizards.
It's not always about building an optimized character. Sometimes it's just about Sexy Battle Wizard.
Sometimes.
Most of the time. Good, excellent call, Dan. Have a great night, everybody.